What's up guys, this is Raising Cane or Scotia, and this is going to be pretty much a complete guide on how to get your Ultramarine Battle tank in Archaeology. I haven't seen very many helpful guides on YouTube thus far, so I'm going to try to make my own and actually make it helpful or meaningful to people trying to get their battle tank the fastest. So let's get started. First off, you need to prepare to devoting a lot of time into farming for this mount because it's pretty much like getting the drop for any type of dungeon mount such as Baron. And I know I said I'm going to show you the fastest way to get them out, but you're going to have to work for it. It's not easy to come just by doing this little guide. It can take you up to a month to get, or 6 months to get, or you can get it on your first try. The way to get the mount is pretty much getting Tol'vir Fragments and then solving those fragments and hoping to get the rare, which is called the Scepter of Azj'Aqir. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, that's fine. And that pretty much turns into the mount. You also need to be at least 525 archaeology to be farming these type of dig sites, and they're in Pandaria, and I'll show you why. Now the reason I farm in Pandaland is because every solve you get from here you could turn into a crate, which is called a restored artifact. And once you go to Bran Bronzebeard, which is in the Seat of Knowledge or inside the Mogashan Palace, like in the middle of the two shrines, once you talk to him, he sells a bunch of different types of crates that you can buy with these restored artifacts. And actually, once you talk to him, you could get Tol'vir Fragments from this. So each box is pretty much one node from archaeology. So like one dig site. So you know how you get 6 from each dig site? Well, this is pretty much one of those nodes, and once you open it up, you get Tol'vir Fragments. And as you see, I already have 230 of these fragments, and I've gotten all these in one day, which is a lot faster than the Kalimdor, and I'll show you why. So for those who don't know the Kalimdor farm very well, here's a brief summary. The only way to get Tol'vir Fragments before Pandaria was in Uldum, and you farm the nodes in Kalimdor. Most of the dig sites are Night Elf, Troll, Fossil, and there's actually one that's a Dwarf's dig site in Barrens, I think. And by digging all these sites, you have the chance of getting all your dig sites to go into Uldum, where you can farm the Tol'vir dig sites. Alright, it's math time, I'm sorry guys, so let's get down to it. For the Kalimdor sites, you can get all 4 in Uldum. And these provide Tol'vir and give 6 nodes at each site, so 6 times 4 is 24 nodes, which result in about 2 or 3 solves an hour without the relics. In Pandaria, I could go around Mantid sites and gain those fragments and doing those solves and pretty much gain about 28 through 30 crates or nodes per hour, which is pretty much 4 solves without grains, but 35 through 45 nodes per hour with the grains, which is about 5 or 6 solves. There's a couple tips and tricks why I'm getting so many solves in Pandaria, let me show you. First, you need to be exalted with the Lore Walkers. There's a link in the description about how to get exalted in under an hour. Once you're exalted with the Lore Walkers, you can buy these Mantid Artifact Hunters kits in the Seat of Knowledge or in the Mogashan Palace, and it provides a Mantid Artifact Sonic Locator, which makes all of your dig sites in Pandaria only in the Dread Waste or the Townlock Steppes. It lasts for up to a day. You could get these Mantid Artifact Hunters kits from Tan Shin Tiao in the Seat of Knowledge or Bran Bronzebeard in the same place. Now for the farming, I recorded an hour of me farming and going back and forth from Dread Waste and Townlock Steppes, and just doing Mantid artifacts. You can also buy Mantid Amber Silver, which are the greens that add on about 20 fragments to each Mantid solve, and that speeds up things a little bit. And they usually go for about 80 gold on my server. A little trick I did to speed things up is set my hearth to the Shadowpan Garrison in Townlog so I can hearth whenever I'm done with Dread Waste. If you're lucky, you could get a pristine artifact from solving the Mantid, and they turn into a quest, which you can turn in and get 3 restored artifacts from it and a Mantid Amber Silver. For the hour I farmed, I only used about 10 of the Mantid Amber Silvers, just to show the amount of solves you can get even if you don't have many of the Mantid Greens, just so it could be fair and I could have a pretty good average. Okay, for this hour, I'm just finishing my last solve and just finishing things up before the hour ends, and I'll see how many artifacts I got. Now we're back at the Seat of Knowledge, and we're just clicking all these with all the other archaeologists. In order to make the solves into crates, you kind of have to click them all, which is a little annoying, but it's fine. Now that we're finally finishing up all these artifacts, it looks like we got a total of 31 restored artifacts compared to the 24 in Kalimdor, making it a pretty big profit for every hour that you do this. And that's pretty much it for archaeology, guys. What really matters is that you don't get bored out of your mind doing this. If you enjoy Kalimdor more than Pandaria, then go do that instead. I personally enjoy Pandaria because the dig sites are really small and they're a little bit more fast to dig than Kalimdor, and plus there's not that much flying around. The most important part of getting the battle tank is to just keep digging, dude. I am currently at 230 restored artifacts, and if this video gets a little bit of attention, I'll upload me opening all the crates or something like that. I want to save up to 400 first though. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you guys like this videos, I'll keep uploading more like that. Thanks.